How are you today?
Yeah, so tell us about yourself, Miss
Okay, I got
Davis.
it. How are you today?
I am awesome. This tomorrow we have our parenting summit, or no, not tomorrow, on Sunday we have our parenting summit, and then your event is tomorrow already. And so we just wanted to
Yes,
definitely, promote it and just make sure everyone
absolutely.
that can be there is there.
Mhm.
And so,
My name is Sanisha. I'm the owner of Blessed Gales. I also have a nonprofit called Blessings After, where we transport children to prisons. I wanted to do this Conway Juneteenth event because I wanted to let the community know about what Juneteenth really is. So they do have two different Juneteenth events. Ours is on the 11th. Mine is more community based on like the real community. So we're all going to come out and come together as and unite as one. And we also join with the Latino family. We're excited to have some of you guys to come along with us tomorrow. It's going to be free face painting. We're going to have a fashion show. We're going to have different, very talented performers that's actually from, the community is going to come out and kids, and it's free to the public. We have a CC's food truck coming, so we would love for everybody to come out and join us.
yes, that's amazing that you wanted to do this for, everyone. I think it's definitely a great networking event. So if you are a business owner, even if you don't have a vendor table or, just show up. Like you never know what can happen when
Yeah,
you with someone. You never know what.
right. I think we have up to maybe like 14 vendors so far. So we're gonna also be giving back to a vendor. They don't know it yet, but we're gonna draw a name and give back to them as well because we know COVID hit a lot of small businesses, really hard.
Yeah, for
So,
sure, for sure. That's definitely something that, a lot of businesses felt. They definitely felt that effect of, COVID, just being, not being
mhm,
able to open their doors to anybody that wants their services. And, um,
that's
so
right. Yeah.
yeah, so my first question for you is,
Mhm.
um, what makes you smile?
What makes me smile? Being able to wake up every day and just breathe makes me smile. There was a time when I was going through things where I didn't want to wake up. So being able to wake up now is a blessing to me and see my family. That makes me smile.
That's amazing. Like family is such a big part of Latino culture as well as, other cultures as well. But,
Mhm.
you know, I've noticed that Latinos are very, very united when it comes to not all of them, but the majority, they are very united.
Right,
And so
right.
that's something that like I love about, Latino culture. And so that it's
Mhm.
awesome that you get to, you have that appreciation for life now. Um, what do you think
Right.
what do you think changed your perspective? You said that you used to not wanna get up and now you do. So what do you think changed your perspective?
Mhm. What changed my perspective of life is I was able to gain my hope back. So that once I gained my hope back, that would change my whole perspective of life. And it made me also look back at, people that struggling from some of the things I struggled through. And that's how I got so involved in the community.
Yeah, that's awesome. I think when you're an introvert and you kind of isolate yourself, you kind of miss out on
Mhm.
a lot of joy that you could potentially have when you're part of a community, whether that be a church,
Right.
whether that be a group of friends, whether that be,
Mhm.
just your coworkers. That's something that
Right.
everybody needs someone, and so I think that's awesome. So my next question is, what would you tell someone struggling with their small business?
Um, to keep, I'm not gonna get spiritual, but I always say with, to keep God first. But always like continue to believe in yourself. It's very hard for a small business. So we have to continue to stay strong and believe in ourselves. And I think that's, the best motivation I can give a small business from being a small business owner.
Yeah, for sure. Like when you know, have that determination to not let
Mhm,
something negatively affect your mind, I think that's a very powerful tool.
mhm,
And so I used to suffer from, you know, depression, anxiety. My son has
mhm,
autism. He's a level 2 autistic. And so whenever I first found out, it was a, you know, a struggle a
mhm.
couple of first years just trying to figure out how to
Right,
help him. And so um
right.
and I whenever I opened Zeladon Help, it's my limited liability company where we translate and interpret
Mhm.
English and Spanish. And
Okay.
that was something that I learned so much because you're basically you hire yourself.
Right,
And so
right.
when you do that, it's such a powerful thing because you literally put all the tools and skills that you have learned over the years, and you apply them. And so that's awesome.
Right.
That's awesome that you do that. So what are all of the types of businesses that you have?
Okay, the reception is really bad. I didn't hear anything you said.
Oh, okay. I said, what type of businesses do you have, or you know, are you a part of?
I own a boutique called Blood Scales downtown Conway, 828 Chestnut Street. And I do like body sculpting and I sell clothes. It's also like a lot of people just come in there just to talk. So, and I also have a nonprofit. It's called Blessings After.
Wow. And what is your nonprofit? What do you guys do in your nonprofit?
Well, we transport children to prisons. We actually haven't just got it really started good because right when we started it, COVID hit. So a lot of the prisons was closed down, but we're ready to get back up as they're opening back up.
That's awesome, that you do that. What motivated you to do that?
Just being incarcerated myself at a time or knowing people formerly incarcerated who hasn't been able to see their children in years. So knowing that they can see their kids and that's giving them hope from when they come home and be able to change their life.
Yeah, that's awesome. Like I know this one lady that she travels to the prisons to, you know, encourage them.
Mm,
And so I think anything that, you know,
mhm.
has to do with, you know, going to the jails and, you know, kind of giving them a little bit of hope
Mm.
that they might not have. I think that's amazing. And
Right.
and
Yeah.
so I'm excited, you know, for tomorrow. I'm super, super excited.
Yes.
I told
Yes.
Nadia, I was like, they want me to model. I've never modeled before. And so I just was very
You're gorgeous.
thank you. It's my Latino genes. But yeah, I think it's definitely, you know, whenever you have God's likeness on your face, I don't know if you've ever experienced that. You know, I
Hmm.
think when you have that
Hmm.
light inside of you, I mean, you're
Yeah.
beautiful. And then, you know, I do remember a quote
That's right.
that I remember, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. And so, you know, one man's
Yeah.
trash is another man's
Yeah.
treasure, you know. And so when it comes
That's
to
right.
beauty and inner beauty, you know, that's definitely something that
Hmm.
I love to talk about.
Because you can be very beautiful and be ugly on the inside.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
you
that's
know.
how I look at it.
So my last question, if
Mhm.
life was a lesson, what would it be teaching you using one word?
To breathe. Once again, to continue to breathe. Never stop, like never to give up, to continue to go. So one word for mom would be breathe. It's gonna be okay.
Wow, that is a mic drop, y'all. That is a mic drop. You know, as a spiritual life coach myself, I also do therapeutic art. I'm a therapeutic art coach as well. For breathing and, you know, just your breathing exercises and your mental health is something that's so important to me. Again, because of special
Mhm,
needs son, because
mhm,
if we have peace, we can then give them.
mhm.
And so that's something that, you know, I like my Apple Watch because it reminds me to breathe.
That's right.
So, that's amazing. Well, you're such a breath of fresh air. You know, every time that I always like talk to you, which is you haven't been very many times, but it's always
Right.
really like you have that like kind of a calming aura, you know, kind of like you're just embarking on a calmness. And so,
You're right. Well, thank you.
and me, like I guess because I'm first generation born citizen here in the United States, calm is not something that we knew. You know, we grew up in chaos. So, you know, the true
Right.
languages, the true cultures, you know, chaos was my home.
Yeah.
So yeah, it
Yes.
definitely makes you a stronger person. I'm very, very thankful and grateful that like
Right.
decided to come here. But there are some, you know, things that me and Claudia always talk about,
Mhm,
like this needs to change in
mhm.
the community. And so we need to open, you know, this platform,
Yeah.
talk about those taboo little things. And so
Right.
I'm just so
Right. That's
thankful for your
right.
time. And any shout outs you want to give or any kind of closing remarks?
I'll just give a shout out to like just the community. We all have came together. It's been amazing to be able to everybody come together. I want to be able to speak on like let's love each other so we can stop the violence and we can just all come together for unity. So it's been overwhelming. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, I mean, whenever she told me, "Oh, this you need to have this person on the podcast," she doesn't say that about anybody. She's, you know, she's very selective, and because I tell her, you know, we need to have quality. And so that's definitely something that I saw in you from day one of when I talked to you. I was like, "Oh, this is a quality." And so, I guess because of my Jewish genes, you know, we like to have a lot of things in, you know, we like to do a lot of things with excellence. And so I've been told
Right.
by other Jewish people that it's a very
Mhm,
Jewish kind of culture thing, which I never even knew until they told me. And I was like, that makes a lot of sense.
mhm.
I'm a perfectionist, that's for sure. And so, but you know,
Right.
I think, you know, it's a good thing to have, you know, and to know where you're from.
It is.
And I mean,
Right. That's
even
right.
though even though, you know, we're not part of the Black community, we love to support y'all because,
Mhm.
you know, I think whenever it comes to,
We
you know,
love that.
women and cultures and everything, that's
Mhm.
what the world needs a lot more. We need more support. We need to
Right.
foster unity, you know. And so when she told
Yeah.
me about this, I was like,
Yeah.
let's do it. So, but yeah, thank you so much for being on the show. And yeah, for anybody listening, definitely check her out. I will leave the description
You're welcome.
of her
Thanks
website.
for having me.
Yeah, for sure.
And
Um,
I'll see you guys tomorrow. Anybody that's listening, make sure they come out tomorrow.
yes, yes, ma'am. You know, definitely, you know, it's gonna be from 3 to 6 p.m. in Simon Park in Conway, Arkansas.
Mhm.
And so if you're in the Conway area, then
Mhm.
definitely check us out. And so take care. God bless and peace be with you.
Bye.
Bye.